In today's video, my partner and I have taken the trip and flown down to Cape Town, South Africa to attend one of the largest South African e-commerce summits. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you an experience of a lifetime. Some of South Africa's greatest industry experts speaking to us about e-commerce in South Africa. Some of the largest e-commerce operating platforms in South Africa, which include Takealot and Amazon, are going to be sharing their knowledge with us as local businessmen. From the 22nd of April to the 24th of April, my partner and I are going to be at this building, the Cape Town International Convention Center, and we're going to be attending one of the largest e-commerce summits. The purpose of this event and the purpose of attending this event is for us to scale our own e-commerce businesses. This video is for people who are looking for purpose, people who are looking to start their own online business, or perhaps people who already have an online business and are looking to scale their businesses. My partner and I are looking to take away as much knowledge and expertise from some of the market leaders. We're going to keep you guys up to date with relevant trends. Things are happening with the leaders of the industry. What are they doing and how can we implement what they are doing into our businesses? So for small businesses, the knowledge that we're going to be sharing in this video is really going to be of insane value. We're going to be taking you guys along for the journey and sharing with you the experiences and the knowledge that we are able to take away from attending this event. There are 3 days here, so each day I'll be giving you a recap of what I learned. I'm also going to try my absolute best to bring you guys some interviews with some of the market leaders that are going to be speaking and attending this event and sharing with you the current thoughts and the current knowledge that these people tend to have. To bring this video to you guys was an incredible expense, so if you guys do enjoy this type of content and you would like to support the channel and enable us to do things like this in the future, sharing with as much value as possible with our viewers as we can, it means the world if you could please like and subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, let's get this week started. Pre-conference day one at the Converge Africa e-commerce, I call it a summit. We just completed our registration, which was actually a little bit tricky, a few anxious moments. Looking forward to the beginning of the conference. It only starts today at around 11 o'clock. We're going to go in, or 10:30 I believe. First conference that we're attending is actually being presented to us by a company called FBA.
That is for the duplicacy. For one job, multiple systems are working. So a lot of...
I have to say Cape Town, or Western Cape, has done a really formidable job. The city is super clean. I've never actually been in a fully functioning city before in South Africa. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it and seeing what we can take away and learn and obviously share with you guys. But yeah, looking forward to day one. Today we're at the South African Convention Center in Cape Town, and today I am with one of the Takealot ambassadors. Please introduce yourself, tell us who you are.
Hi, good day. My name is Werner Meyering. I'm the Business Development Manager here at Takealot Head Office, Cape Town.
Okay, now tell our viewers who are perhaps interested in starting a Takealot business why they would consider Takealot in comparison to any of the other competitors or other platforms offering e-commerce to small businesses.
I think a big part of it is that Takealot is proudly South African, so we do invest and believe in South African business. So we're working towards having our focus and having our responsibility with the South African seller. Being on Takealot Marketplace is a unique spot where we tell you can load your item, you can pick your selling price. We will help you understand how e-commerce works.
Okay.
So we take you step by step. We give you training, there's daily webinars, but not only that, we've got the human factor, which is strange for e-commerce because a lot of sites work on the fact you just load up and you become a number and you move along. We've got onboarding staff, you've got myself, and then we also have the marketing team to help you understand how to promote and look at certain things like clicks, reviews, things like that to promote yourself, promote your product. But you are never ever told or pigeonholed to be pinned against another seller or be told that you can't load this product or this is the price line we want you to go in. We want you to explore and let us help you sell your product.
Okay. And what advice would you have for businesses who are perhaps looking at starting to sell on Takealot? Perhaps businesses that are selling brick and mortar and retail environments and are looking to expand their exposure. What can Takealot offer these businesses and what advice would you have for them?
My advice to them would be simply to obviously invest the time. So when you obviously apply with us, having a look at exactly what is required of you, if you need to hire anybody or get somebody, but it is able to be done but it is part of your business. It's another revenue stream completely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a big thing for us as well is that a lot of people, and I've spoken to a lot of sellers today, and I've speak to a lot of sellers, anything but from 18 to 25 a day.
Sure.
Easily. People don't believe in their product.
Sure.
Your product is unique to you. So if your product is proper, believe in its selling price, believe in your audience.
Sure.
We just give you a wider scope.
Sure.
To completely hunt it. And then to also believe in the fact that your product marketing will go a long way.
Sure.
A lot of people think you get on the site and you just disappear. You just become part of the normal running of water, like you would be in a mall. You just another shop in the mall. To us, we say your pictures, loading it up, your promoting it in the correct way is very unique with us, because we are directing you exactly to your audience. Imagine if you opened up a store and we could tell you most of the people walking through your store would already be looking for your item. You would say, I'm opening up tomorrow.
Yeah,
that is what we specialize in.
Yeah, with zero upfront risk.
Yeah,
zero upfront risk.
So the risk in it is there's a month-to-month subscription of 400 Rand excluding VAT. There's no fixed term contract. There's no penalty or a cancellation fees or anything like that. It is an open place where you can see if the product can sell. And if I do this promotions, marketing, and I work with the Takealot team, because if you had to go and open your own website, hire your own special team, it will cost you money. This is a great place to see what can my product do online. And working with us. If we say, listen, we even give you every 2 weeks we do forecasting. Say this item moves a lot faster than this item. Stock us more on this. Put this one on a special. I mean, that's specialized advice we're giving to you for a subscription fee. And then we've got the fulfillment fee as well as a success fee. But all of that's transparent when you come online with us, and we'll say this is going to be the costing.
Sure.
With us as well, if you sell an item with me and you are my client, when you load your items, you'll see exactly at your price point what will be your profit margin.
Yeah.
Who else is going to give you that?
No.
Like for each and every item, this is if you sell it at this price, it costs you this price, this is how much you'll make every Thursday. Because we pay our clients out every Thursday.
Yeah, the new disbursement structure makes a lot more sense.
So with us, we want to keep that conveyor belt running for your business, keep them paying you, making sure you're on the right track.
Sure.
We're not on the business of just keeping you for warehousing or money or anything like that. It is, we actually want you to work.
Yeah. The free ad credit for sellers as well, the 1,000 Rand free ad credit, I think is great.
That's 100%, There's a lot of new initiatives coming into place. And at Takealot, it's not a set, finished product. We are keep on molding and shaping it, because you're a customer, but you're also a client. Because a lot of our clients that come on board as a seller buy from us as well. So they're bringing in that unique perspective, and we kind of keep on evolving in that way. Where a lot of companies go and they say, this is the way we do it, this is the price point, that's it. We say, why? South Africa's never been done anything done South African way. It's been done in that way. So that's why I did the Proudly South African Expo. I had a lot of questions with competition, everything like that. With us listening to a seller, to a buyer, to anybody, we're listening to our people. These are the people we want to sell to, and these are the people we want to sell their stuff to. I mean, that is the whole thing. So that's in a nutshell basically what we do, and everything is transparent. There's nothing in terms. Everything is so open. There's no AI answering you. It is a person. If you phone us, it would be me. It would be an Alex. It would be a Matt. There would be a person talking to you and actually listening to you.
Thanks for that.
Expert, elaborate on the subscription fee that's not going off after the 30 days, the new structure.
I saw something about like it only goes off in August or something.
Yes, if you get your business profile, your seller's profile live with us before the end of next month, what we said is what we want to do, or what we're doing currently, is that we run a free subscription up to the end of August.
Wow, okay.
Just to see how a lot of clients then will feel a lot more comfortable, because there's a little bit less costing to get everything moving. But that's only the start. There's a lot more, obviously, secrets that we want to tell you, but we can't yet. but it's all based on a person. It's based on the seller's experience.
Okay, that's
Because
really...
we are getting the feedback. Like I said as well, I speak to individuals. I
Sure,
speak to
yeah.
different industries, and that's what makes it great. We flood that information through and have the meetings 3-4 times a week with our management team, and it literally you can see the effect rippling down. Where with a lot of businesses, as long as it sells, it sells. With
Sure,
us,
yeah.
we like, if we can do better, we will do better.
Yeah. No, thank you. That was more than perfect. I really think it's going to help a lot of people, motivate a lot of people to perhaps consider Takealot as an application for their business, to grow
Yes.
their business, provide exposure to their business.
A nice thing as well, a lot of people are scared to go on Takealot's site and say, click, I want to sell. Because
Sure,
they think
yeah.
they immediately pay subscription. We let you go through the whole onboarding process for free. You only pay subscription once you go live as a seller, and you actually make money by selling an item. Before then, you need time to train, listen, learn, everything.
Sure.
That is free. Learning is free with Takealot. Asking a question should be the norm. So that is
yeah.
one thing we're trying to promote to a lot of sellers and a lot of people because they're too scared to ask.
Yeah.
I just spoke to a lady now and said she's ready to ship her item. I said, well, what's keeping you back? Will it sell?
Sure.
I said, does it sell in your shop? Yes, it does. I was like, why does it sell? Because I made it and it sells and I believe in my product. I said, let us run with that same initiative, just on a wider audience. You have to believe in your own product.
Sure.
Let us do the rest.
No. What sort of requirements are there for businesses that are looking to apply? As it is an application process, obviously you can't accept anyone wanting to sell. What sort of requirements do these businesses need to meet in order to sell on
with
Takealot?
us, even if you're sole prop, meaning that you're not a registered business, you can sell on Takealot. All we ask is that it's a South African bank account and the business is based here. If you are a registered business like a closed corporation,
Okay.
a trust or a PTY limited, obviously your SIPC docs
Sure.
and your business bank account, because then you need to be FICA compliant as well. So that counts in that favor. If you have selling somebody else's trademark,
All right.
we're asking that paperwork as well. We need to make sure the items are authentic, first of all.
Okay.
We have our obligation to our customers that what we're selling is the authentic item.
Sure.
It is from the manufacturer, it's maybe being sold by a reseller, but we can stand by the product that it is the item that you're looking at. Just for a simple fact on top of that, a lot of people asked us, why do you guys have all your pictures with a white background?
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of people buy from us in the evening.
Okay.
They go home, kids are in bed, they are taking their time to look at items they would like to look at. Books, maybe a PlayStation, whatever it may be. A white background gives you a good idea for the front and the back to look at the physical item. But if there is a lot of blinking lights, running clocks, everything, it draws the client's attention away from what the actual product looks like.
Sure.
We never want, in our description, in our picture, or anything like that, a client to be bamboozled.
Sure.
That is what we require from a seller, is have good quality photos that they can zoom in, have a proper look at your product and make the informed decision. We don't want you to also sell a product and have it returned and queried.
Sure.
So we have that twofold, the two sides of the sword. Responsibility both ways, and we take it really seriously.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the small little differences when you go on Takealot. The description as well, we have somebody look through the description to make sure that the seller is in a unique position to describe their product. Like now we say 200 characters. Describe your product to us.
Yeah.
Let's play around with it so you know your product, and that's how you can put it out there. It's not a pick and copy and paste that somebody did from another website or anything.
Sure.
You're selling your product, use your words. If you do go and you need help, let's help you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That was perfect.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a lovely day.
Thank you. You too.
Cheers, bye-bye.
day one here, done at the Converge Africa e-commerce conference. Today was actually just the pre-conference day to the conference that starts tomorrow. Each day, I'm gonna summarize all of the critical information that I found impactful and I think relevant to share. I'll jot it down, summarize it, and then share it with you. So today I'm gonna be presenting my notes. If anyone is interested in these notes, you're able to access them in the video's description. And I'll be sharing with you some of the most important things and vital things that I had learned while attending some of these workshops. So on the pre-conference day, you only attend workshops. The two workshops that I had attended was the Far Eye workshop, which speaks to logistics and fulfillment of e-commerce. And the second workshop I had attended was a cybersecurity workshop, which was informative, but not as informative or relevant as I had found the Far Eye presentation. Far Eye is something I've actually been interested before I had attended the conference. Far Eye essentially assists businesses with the management of their logistics and fulfillment of e-commerce businesses. And what I really found most informative, and we're gonna go into it now, is the analytics as well as the statistics that they were able to categorize and share with businesses. And you're actually able to use these analytics, these stats and the data to interpret what customers want and how you're able to improvise and strategize to utilize this data that we have at our disposal. So the most important things that I took away from this workshop and what I think is relevant to share with people interested in e-commerce specifically is there was a lot of emphasis on the last mile delivery, making up the majority of the costs in the courier deliveries. There was a large emphasis on what customers desire and what customers are actually looking for and how you're able to take that interest that a customer has and convert them into a paying client. So some of the things we had discussed was actually SLAs, which are service level agreements. And our companies are able to advertise this SLA. So for example, if you look on Takealot, there's an option for people to get next day delivery, even same day delivery, and how this impacts customers' rate at checkout, obviously your conversion rates. People are wanting their products soon, and they're also wanting security in that order. They want to ensure that the companies that they are ordering with are able to fulfill their SLA agreements. So that was something we spoke a lot about. I have notes here and we spoke about things that increase costs and make it difficult for SLAs to be met. Obviously things like fuel, labor, failed first delivery I found quite interesting. Returns make up a large percentage of the company's revenue loss, lost packages, and then also the quality of the packages. The highest increasing costs over the past few years have been the cost of fuel and the cost of labor. That's obviously relevant in South Africa as our fuel prices are accumulating and getting increasingly more expensive. So we touched on a topic which is really important, and one of the core focuses of leaders in the industry, so Takealot, Amazon, or your largest e-commerce brands, what they're focusing on most is cost per delivery and customer satisfaction. When you're starting out as an e-commerce entrepreneur, this is something you can pay attention to. However, this is something that the leaders are focusing on to scale. We were privileged enough to look at a graph and understand the growth of e-commerce. It is estimated by 2032 that there is going to be a 9% growth in the e-commerce sector alone, emphasizing the industry's growth and emphasizing the need for businesses and brands to focus more on the direct-to-consumer path, as well as for solo entrepreneurs to focus on getting their product line direct to consumer using these platforms, these e-commerce platforms that we have available to us. Then to recap, importance again was speed, convenience, and cost. We put a lot of emphasis on the average delivery time, sustainable SLAs, and the needs for these businesses to adhere to the SLA that is advertised. If a customer has a bad experience, there's a 68% likelihood that they're never going to shop with that same e-commerce business, e-commerce brand, or platform ever again. So it's really important if you advertise same-day delivery that you're able to deliver on that promise. Some of the topics of discussions that appeared after the conference were things like sustainability, so brands reducing their carbon footprint whilst delivering these SLAs. Some of the things that businesses are doing now to develop this is to use drones and to also start using electric vehicles to make these deliveries happen. This in hand reduces their carbon footprint when making deliveries, and something that people are focusing on as we move to a more environmentally friendly and eco-friendly society. So what can you do as a business to start integrating and implementing these within your organization? Things that you can do is you can add to checkout same-day delivery and offer different prices for customers that are wanting sooner delivery, or alternately give them a more eco-friendly option that might take a little bit longer. I found something really interesting, and you'll see it in the bottom of my notes, that a customer will pick the more eco-friendly option even if it requires them to wait a little bit longer. That's something that businesses can leverage to reduce the customer's need for things really, really quickly. Something that I also found really interesting that I'll share with you quickly is the best time to ask for customer feedback. The presenter from Far Eye had stated that the best time to ask a customer for feedback is when the delivery takes place. Things that you can do is you can insert a card. We've done this with some of our new brands. You introduce a card and you ask them for feedback on the product. Generally, that is your best chance to get good feedback from customers. From there, we started talking about what difficulties do we experience with e-commerce in Africa. There was a 70% increase in shipping costs in comparison to the EU and the USA as a result of routing, infrastructure inefficiencies, as well as the increased rates of crimes and the lack of security in South Africa and Africa as a whole. Okay, the routing technology is a really important tool to emphasize the importance of obviously having an optimized route. And then one of the most important things in South African e-commerce was reducing the rate in percentage of returns. How could businesses decrease the rates of returns while still offering customers the security of a no hassle, no questions asked return? Takealot obviously has a really large role to play in this, as they are known for not providing the relevant support to sellers when returns are created by consumers. It is estimated that 30% of online orders are returned. So we are needing to compete against Amazon, which is essentially their own brand really, when they come to South Africa. And one of the difficult things is going to be able to compete with them in that metric. That is essentially a recap of everything we learned in day one. I'm not going to touch on the cybersecurity because I didn't really feel it was relevant to e-commerce as such. There's obviously some relevant sections, but nothing that I was able to personally take away from that experience.
There are really a lot of people that look really smart and that are really well dressed here, so quite nervous to get this going, and yeah, hopefully we can learn some valuable information, and then at the end of the day we're going to give you guys a conclusion of what we've learned, so you guys are also able to integrate the information into your guys' daily lives or into your businesses. So we're here at the Genosis booth. We are here with
Natasha Nefaria.
So we just have a quick question for her. The question is, how does APIs actually contribute to the modern day business?
All right, thank you so much for the question. So what we've seen is a lot of people in Africa don't have documentation such as proof of identity or address or something to verify their details. So what we've done as MTN is just starting off by solving for financial inclusion for those that haven't had maybe bank accounts in the past, but they have had activity on the MTN network. So we're able to give you information such as customer data, the kind of products that they've gotten on MTN using APIs. We also solve for problems around fraud. So if you have a business and you've seen that you're experiencing a lot of fraud when it comes to verifying your users, we can give you a capability that can prevent frauds using maybe SwimSwap. We can also help you verify your client details if you're looking to scale, but you need something that can help you verify your client details. We can provide that via APIs.
Perfect. Thanks so much. We appreciate your time and I hope you have a good day further.
Thank you so much.
So we're here today at the Netcore booth here at the conference in Cape Town. We are here with
Rakesh.
So he's from Netcore over here, and then he's just going to give us a quick answer to a question we have for him. So what is your best advice for people starting out a new e-commerce business?
Right, my best bit of advice for somebody starting off with e-commerce is to understand who your customers are, right? To understand what are the preferences of the customers. So you do your initial research to understand where your customer is, what do they prefer, and what do they want from you. Because you can get gazillions of brands out in the market who give you a similar product, but what is the unique proposition of your product is basically not your product on your website or in your apps, what the customer needs are, what the customer preferences are. So research on that initially when you're starting off with first, and then basically try and dwell your strategy basis on the customer's problem statements and how you're solving it through your new e-commerce business. I think that's the best piece of advice that I can give. But for young guns out there, understand your customer base better, your preferences of your customers, and allow them to give you feedback before you venture out into your new business.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Brilliant. Cheers. Thanks.
Thanks,
Have a
man.
good one.
Day 2 at the Converge conference in Cape Town is now complete. Today we engaged in different activities, engaged in some different experiences today in the Converge Center. We had the privilege of walking around, communicating and networking with some of the exhibitors that are taking part in this conference. So I would say some of the key takeaways from today was perhaps the interactions that we had with the Takealot exhibitor itself. We had an interview with him finding out what he advises new sellers to look into and just, guiding us through the operations and some of the measures that Takealot are putting in place to assist new sellers integrate on their platform. What I found super informative and insightful, I had an hour and a half to a 2-hour discussion with the manager of the sponsored product ads campaigns at Takealot, which is obviously really insightful and important to our business and our portfolio of Takealot seller accounts that we do currently manage. I had the privilege of sitting down with her and actually showing her some of the ad campaigns that we run and using her insights and obviously her experience inside of Takealot, how we were best able to optimize our ad campaigns and obviously, get the best result. So I think with some of the experience that we have over the years of selling on Takealot and after the, the feedback that I had received from an actual Takealot sales sponsored product ads manager, I think that's something that I would like to do on the channel. So look out for that soon. We also had the privilege of sitting down in these presentations that these brands and these businesses were presenting to us. Some of the key takeaways I would say was another presentation from FBA, another presentation on generative AI, which I think was really informative and how it's playing a really crucial role in the transformation of businesses using artificial intelligence. We had some keynote speakers, which I think they provided a lot of valuable input. Something that I thought was incredibly valuable was the mayor of Cape Town took some time out to come and speak to some of the market leaders and industry leaders. And he came and he spoke to some of us in the conference. And I thought he spoke incredibly well. And I think it's really great that Cape Town's putting this event together. I thought it was really cool to witness, people and entrepreneurs, businesses, softwares, tools coming from all around the world and really being in one place and coming together and helping one another and growing one another in South Africa and in the e-commerce space. We had the privilege of sitting down and interviewing some of the exhibitors, and I thought that was really great. Insightful day, I learned quite a bit. I think it was more the interaction with people, the contacts that we made, the networks that we've now established, email addresses and contact numbers that we have and platforms that we're going to start utilizing in our business and utilizing in the portfolio of accounts that we manage to obviously best optimize and increase the performance and revenue that these businesses are doing. So I thought it was a really productive and successful day. I'm looking forward to wrapping things up. We've got the last day tomorrow and hopefully experience some other experiences as well.
So we're here at the Converge Conference Center in Cape Town and we are here at the Zoho booth. We are here with...
My name's Andrew Bourne. I'm the Regional Manager for Africa for Zoho.
Okay, so we just have a few questions for him today. The first question is, what is Zoho and what does Zoho offer to e-commerce platforms?
Okay, so Zoho is a global billion-dollar tech company. We've been around for more than 25 years. We've built more than 55 business applications. And we've got customers in more than 150 countries around the world. And we've got more than 100 million users that trust and use our software. And the unique part of Zoho is that we've built all of these apps on the same secure and strong foundation, the same tech stack. So it allows the apps to be plugged into each other like a puzzle. So if you think about it visually, it's like 50 different applications that you can run various parts of your business, but you can plug them into each other really easily. And so what that does for businesses, it just makes it easier for their data to move between the apps and for you to have a customer-centric CRM system. Our CRM system is our flagship product, your customer relationship management. And that can plug into your marketing applications, it can plug into your finance applications, into Zoho Commerce, which is our online store application, We've also got project management, digital signature applications. We've got customer support applications. So we really do have everything, including a complete office suite. So we've got, your word processor, your spreadsheets, your presentation software, your email, and we've built everything ourselves. And that's why Zoho can offer their technology at a really competitive price. And I think that's one of the competitive advantages we do have.
Yeah, one of the big questions when it comes to softwares like this is, what are the costs involved? How does it work? Is it once-off fee? Is it monthly retainers? How does this work?
Okay, so with Zoho, you've got some options. You can either buy one of our apps on its own, and you'll pay either per user or per organization. I would say 99% of the time, our applications are more affordable than all our competitors in that league of software. But we've also got what we call suites or bundles, where it is a grouping of our applications bundled into a little package deal. So we've got Zoho Workplace, which is the equivalent of your Microsoft Office 365 or your Google G Suite, where you've got your email, your word processor, your spreadsheets, your presentation software, you've got your meeting software, your internal chat, and it all works really well with Microsoft and Google. So you can integrate Google Calendars, you can open a Word document, you can edit it, you can save it back to Word if you want to. So it works with all the common file types, and that's Zoho Workplace. Then we've got Zoho CRM Plus, which has all your customer experience applications. Okay. So your CRM, your customer support desk, and your marketing applications, and your analytics application. And then the biggest and number one seller that we have in South Africa and in most of our regions is Zoho One. Zoho One is very unique in the fact that you pay per employee. So you're not paying per user, you're paying depending on how big your business is. So if you're let's say a 2-person business, okay, Zoho One is 450 Rand ex VAT per employee per month, okay, and that's billed annually, but you get access to 50 plus of Zoho's applications at enterprise level. And so I actually come from first-hand experience. I actually put 16 of Zoho's apps into my business in 2017. Zoho then saw what I had built, and they then approached me to do a joint venture with them. While we were doing the joint venture, they actually approached me to be hired to kind of help them grow in Africa. And so I've got first-hand experience. And I can tell you now, it's a breath of fresh air when you have all these different applications that plug into each other, and you can just monitor and maintain which staff have access to which apps at what security level. You've got all the multi-factor authentication. You're all POPI compliant, GDPR compliant at such an affordable rate. And the other thing is it's priced in rands. Yeah. So you're getting world-class software where you don't have to worry about the exchange rate. And we've also got local staff. So we've hired local support staff. Currently we're sitting at 31 South Africans that have been hired by Zoho.
Okay, that's quite interesting. And a last question I have for you. With a software like Zoho, a lot of people just starting out with e-commerce, how difficult is it to understand the Zoho platform? Do you guys offer like a training set, helping them set up their platform?
So there's various ways of doing it. We do offer trainings, and we offer community meetups where people can come and meet our staff and interact with our staff. We've also got a lot of online content. So videos, that's how I taught myself. Back in 2017, there weren't as many classes and things that you could attend, or they might be a bit expensive for like a startup or a SME. But if you go online, they're videos, and Zoho is really user-friendly. So even myself, I'm not a coder. I would say I'm quite tech savvy, but I'm not a coder at all. I was able to actually put these 16 apps together with very limited need to outsource any of the work. Most of the stuff that I would need help with was just the coding of some custom functions. Zoho, at a base platform is really user-friendly, and you can do a lot of drag and drop. That's why they call it no code, low code. And then you can code on top of it, which makes it even more powerful. So yeah, it is quite simple. I mean, Zoho Commerce, it plugs into Zoho Inventory to manage your stock. It plugs into Zoho Books for your finance. If you've got a subscription model business where you bill people like every month, you can use Zoho Billing. So it's a really nice little ecosystem. And then with your marketing, we've got marketing automation where you can send out marketing campaigns. You've got Zoho Campaigns, which is like a MailChimp equivalent. We've got Zoho Social, manage your social media and forecast your posts. It's all got AI built into it, so it makes it really easy and there's some really cool features. So I would say Zoho One would be the best product for any small to medium or startup business, because you get access to all these apps where you can build your business to the point where it looks like it's a 50, 100, 300 person business, but it's only a startup with a few employees.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much. Thanks for answering your questions. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
The final day at the conference is now complete. We're really privileged to attend this event and really enjoyed our time. In all honesty, day 3 was probably the most informative, insightful and valuable day out of the other 2 days. One of the shorter of the days is we're leaving about halfway through the day after having seen all the exhibits and kind of just ironing out which workshops we wanted to attend. Listen to some of the other speakers. One of the talks we attended was what are the 4 legs that you can use to grow your e-commerce business. And I found that incredibly valuable, actually presented by Warwick, who heads up the Insaka Academy, and I thought that was really valuable. We then headed into another presentation. It was a panel presentation by Tiger Brands, obviously a very large publicly listed company, and they were presenting to us what measures they are putting in place to best prepare themselves for the release of Amazon, and what other measures they've been putting in place for this transformative industry, and how they are able to prepare and serve their business utilizing e-commerce, which is obviously the entire intention behind the summit, is for businesses and brands to come together with software and individuals who are able to play an influential role in the development of e-commerce. And I think Tiger Brands are doing a phenomenal job. Their presentation was incredibly insightful. E-commerce Council were there. They were also presenting to us. E-commerce Council is an e-commerce agency, and they were there presenting to us and sharing with us some of the insightful information that they have gathered over the years of their experience within the industry on how businesses can better position themselves to sell on Amazon, as well as discussing some of the complexity that businesses need to overcome in order to separate them from unsuccessful businesses on Takealot. We managed to engage in some great conversations around when is Amazon releasing, how soon are they going to be coming, and obviously there's a lot of talk in the room with Amazon, as it is a service that is loved by many businesses over the world. Really interesting to find out that some businesses are actually sourced and developed or manufactured here in South Africa and exported to Amazon around the world as sellers sell using Amazon's platform around the world. Throughout the day, we were also touring some of the exhibit stands. The key exhibit stand that we managed to get an interview with on day 3 was Zoho. Zoho is a management solution software aimed at assisting the management process within e-commerce businesses and making it simplified. That's essentially what they do, and I think they've done a great job. It was nice to sit down with their team, understand how their business works and how they're able to assist other e-commerce businesses within the industry. So that was great. The majority of the day consisted of us just networking with other individuals that are involved within the industry, picking up on keynotes, insights, and just identifying what other people are doing within the industry that perhaps we're not doing, or perhaps we could consider doing, so that we can elevate and improve and increase the performance at which we do business, which is obviously the whole intention behind attending a conference of this nature. Perhaps some of the more interesting bits of information that were shared during the time that we had attended this conference was the new approach that brands, businesses, manufacturers, your big FMCG companies are now considering, is the option to go direct to the consumer. It's a term that had been lurking around for the past few years, but as logistics, supply chain and fulfillment within e-commerce businesses and the e-commerce industry evolves, it's now becoming a possibility for brands and businesses to start developing the direct-to-consumer route. Obviously, there's a whole host of advantages for businesses to consider going direct to the consumer. There's also a whole host of challenges that these businesses are required to overcome. So throughout the duration of the conference, it was a term that was used often and a term that was obviously discussed in depth. There was a lot of discussion in regards to the direct-to-consumer route, and I thought that was incredibly interesting, and it's a role that I would like to play in the game that we play in the e-commerce industry. It's a role that I would like to be part of. I believe it is something that is going to aid businesses in their top line, doing more volume, more sales, and increasing the profitability at which they trade, which in turn makes the company a lot more money. So currently, I'm actively involved in managing Takealot account portfolios and assisting businesses in going with this new direct-to-consumer route via their own e-commerce websites or via platforms that are now available to us and at our disposal readily, such as Amazon and Takealot. So it was really great for me to see that other businesses and larger businesses are now considering this route. Smaller businesses as well, it's something that needs to be considered. But more importantly, as e-commerce evolves and e-commerce grows, and the more attention that is diverted to e-commerce, I think larger brands and larger businesses are starting to realize that there's now an opportunity as well as a possibility for businesses to now rather go direct to consumer than before what they were needing to do. So I thought that was really informative as well. That is a wrap up of the 2024 Converge Africa e-commerce conference. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video, and thank you so much to those of you who have managed to watch the entirety of the video. You guys have no idea how much it helps support the growth of this channel, and we appreciate every single one of you. For those of you who are watching this video and perhaps want to get in contact with myself or get in contact with my team, our contact details are shared vastly on social media in hope and anticipation that you guys do get into contact with us. We would love to work with as many people, as many businesses, help as many aspiring entrepreneurs as we can, and build a community of sellers if possible. So if any of you guys are interested in that information, you can access it in the description of this video. We have websites, all of our social media, and all of our information is displayed on all of our pages, so please do get in contact with us. For those of you who watch this video and are perhaps inspired to start selling, or perhaps found some answers that you may have had to the questions that you may have had in regards to selling, we do also have other content. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you're going to enjoy some of the other informative content. And as a result of this event and this conference, there's going to be a whole bunch of other content that I'm going to be able to start putting out there. So if you guys are interested in following along and finding out what's coming out next or what we plan to do next on this YouTube channel, it would mean the world if you guys could please like and subscribe, and a comment always helps. That's it for now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much.